Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, what's up everybody? How you doing? How you feeling today? We're gonna be having another best of 9 here between some lovely players, of course. None other than Zest and Cure, as the title kind of is giving away, of course. Straight after the GSL as well, so perfectly timed if you're still in the mood for some StarCraft 2 after all of that. And this is the place to be. This is the place to be for all you die-hard fans out there. We're going to be having ourselves some lovely stuff happening pretty soon. Inu, he's just doing all the adminning stuff and things like that. We're gonna get things started pretty soon. Panda, what's the intro song? The intro song, I'm not quite sure myself actually. We've gotten the song from Afrika TV at one point, as we actually got the entire introduction video from Afrika TV because we were streaming a lot on their channel, well, on their platform, and they helped us out in that sense. So we're not quite sure what song it is. Maybe Shazam knows, but I'm not quite sure. There's some other algorithms that see it as a completely different songs sometimes, and I've had my VODs on YouTube sometimes getting blocked because of the song being misrecognized by some sort of an AI to think that it was something completely different. Shazam failed you? Ah, I see. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, then maybe, I mean, perhaps you could just record it. Perhaps, if you want to listen to it back, you know, just the old-fashioned way, what people used to use the tape recorders near their radio, trying to get the songs that they like. I think that might be the best way to do it then. Anyway, we're in the middle of figuring out what map we're starting on here. It looks like, I think Zest is. Oh wait, actually, Cure wasn't in the party yet. I see. So that's a good reason to wait. Actually, can't just have Zest going off on his own here. That would be a little bit ridiculous. Anyway, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do have a new lighting setup. I think it looks pretty good. Does seem to be pretty darn impressive. Pedro Gronomia, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the crew. Hope you enjoy StarCraft 2, because that's pretty much all we're bringing you. If you want something else, well then, I'm sorry, you're shit out of luck on this one. Todor as well, thank you so much, dude. Very much appreciate it. Hope you'll enjoy your stay with Kozan casting and Zest Cure playing. I suppose the Zest Cure playing is gonna it's gonna make this a whole lot better. If it was just Kozan casting, that would be a bit lackluster, I would imagine. Let me get these sounds actually going, so we have a little bit of background noise here. Ooh. Listen to that. That was the sound of joining a lobby. You can also see it, of course, right there next to me. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. I'm pretty sure all of you are familiar with how this works. We have a Matcherino page set up. If you want to help us out with the Matcherino page, that would be greatly appreciated. Just type exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat and get those quests, get those overall things sorted. And we will have ourselves a lovely time, of course. Long range, thank you for that follow as well. I'm not sure if that is long G range. But regardless, thank you so much for that follow, buddy. Hope you're going to stick around for these things. And, yeah, Zest is ready. We're just waiting for the go sign on Cure, it looks like. The rest is pretty much all set up and ready to go. Cure, we are not seeing a ready from Cure, but... Oh, wait, no, actually, never mind. He said it beforehand, before we were asking if he was ready or not. So, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Zest is the best. I'm not so sure anymore, man. I think Stats is starting to reclaim that... that overall big status of the best Brodels. But then again, it doesn't rhyme as well, so it must still be true for Zest, still. It must still be true. It's a PvT, though. You don't... Well, you know what? Zest's PvT is, I'd say, more fun to see than his PvZ. And, of course, also more fun than his PvP, as PvP usually not the most interesting matchup, I have to admit. Sometimes it can be amazing, of course, but... PvT from Zest, that's top notch right there. That is what you want to have. Thanks for the follow. Person from Korea, or person who likes Korean characters in his typing. Stats put up stats. Wait, what? Did I say that? Stats put up stats. Stats put up stats. Oh, I see. I see what you did there. Yeah, that could be a good one too. Oh my. In the top right side of the map we have ourselves a blue Terran player fighting for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is Cure. Bottom left side we have ourselves Raise Your Edge Gaming's Red Protoss. He's none other than everyone's best Protoss, Zest. Just had to do it still. Stats. Oh, that's an interesting button I pressed there. Stats. What rhymes with stats? What's a good rhyme with stats? Stats is always safe bets. Stats. Stats makes StarCraft players wets. Something like that, maybe. I don't know, it's hard to say. It's hard to say what will be picked up by Twitch chat at any moment. Shasks87 as well. Thank you so much, buddy. Welcome, welcome to the following of the ITaX people. We hope to bring you good StarCraft and good games, and show good moments of casting for our fans. And you know what? In the future, in the present, in the past. All of those, I suppose. I'm trying to be Korean here, but try to up my game a little bit. Just the way they talk. Copy it, and then I'm sure it will translate into my StarCraft game as well. Alright, little SCV there. Not really scouting out too much. Well, I guess he sees the Nexus, so that's more than enough that he needs to know. Stats does super upsets. No, that one's good. That one is good. I like that one. Dizzy Zitov. That was a good one, buddy. Alright, now, Cure, what is his plan right here? He's not really... yeah, well, it's hard to say, right? His online status is usually that he does still go for the 2 base attacks. I'd say overall he's a little bit less great at it, rather than Innovation. Innovation still, of course, the absolute beast of the TvP matchup. Did I mispronounce your name? Did I mispronounce your name? Perhaps I did. My apologies, nonetheless, for the butchering. If I did or didn't do, or maybe not even got close. Anyway, Starport here as well, getting constructed. We're seeing a single Hellion, might still of course be just for the scouting, and then later on make some of the Widow Mines here, so drop follow-up. That's exactly what we're seeing. So yeah, the Hellion definitely helps out quite a bit with the scouting overall. Usually it doesn't really do a lot of damage. It's just kind of there to see what might be coming to you, whether you're up against a Stargate, a Twilight Council, or a robo opening. Robo openings don't really happen all that much anymore, but still, you know what, regardless, always good to see whether or not that's happening. Of course, yes, we do have a robo over here, but it's not really a robo opening. It's still the Twilight Council opening, getting yourself the blink and getting all of that sorted. So apparently one of my lamps, I think I got a little bit greedy there with the way I placed it. And now it's falling over continuously. I'm having to hold back my lamp as I'm casting this sometimes. I'm just like suddenly jumping up out of my chair, saving my lamp. It's gonna be okay. If it falls, it will fall on me, so it's still gonna be a soft landing for it, but probably not the best moment of time for me, because it is very bright, and to have that right in my eyes might still be a little bit upsetting. Twisted Streams, thank you for that follow as well. Shasks, 80 right, I did call you out, didn't I? Widow Mines do get burrowed, but the medevac gets absolutely destroyed, and that means, you know what, these stocks actually just not having enough range there to get further away from the Widow Mine there. It's still taking a loss, but other than that, I'd say that was a very well played defense there from Zest. Not taking pretty much any damage. The Hellion over here also being thwarted, and at the same time, of course, Zest still getting all the information that he needs to have. Sees the double tech lab barracks, sees the 2 reactors going down on the starport and the factory. And will be able to get himself sorted for the follow-up attack here. I am expecting a 3rd base coming out for Cure, as he will be moving out here. Zest, what's Zest up to? You know what? After such a defense like that, you do feel pretty comfortable, of course. Just a slight moment of time where he didn't mine as much, but really not that much, right? Just the smallest amounts of lost mining time there. That's, you know what, is very manageable, of course. Shield batteries also already getting constructed. I guess that is also a thing you can kind of invest into, right? After holding something off that easily and convincingly. Should be able to get that sorted. A tiny investment for safety, but you know what? Will keep him safe, as the term implies. 2 mil medevacs, Marines, Marauders. This is a pretty hefty group, alright? There are 2 Widow Mines there as well. They are going to be very important. No siege tanks, though. Very often you do see the siege tanks, of course, taking part in something like this, but not going to be the case this time around. Another Widow Mine drop. Oh, does get spotted here. Wait a moment. That's too many probes you're pulling. Alright, almost went horrendous there for Zest. Did correct himself. Now we have Marines here, killing off the pylon, going into the main base with the medevacs. The Stalkers are right there on the edge, though. We'll be able to jump back and forth for whichever way they need to. He realizes this is scouted, though, because of that hallucinated Phoenix. He's going to send in reinforcements, doubling down on this overall aggression. Might come to regret it, as there is a War Prism now going into the main base as well for Zealots. And a potential another Warp in coming in as well here. Let's take a look at what this is really going to be accomplished. Yeah, alright. It's 5 workers. Is reasonable. Could be better, could be worse. Thought he might get a bit more here. Didn't have a Warp in available, it looks like. And now Cure will, of course, keep his reinforcements at home to make sure he has enough to defend against that War Prism. Now, all of this, of course, is still buying Zest more time off of that 3 base, and the overall push that Cure wanted to do, just kind of sitting there, right? Really not getting to do anything. And they have it again another time. Just more delay in the overall economy of Cure. Now, he did commit here into the main base. There was a moment of weakness where Zest was not paying attention. And looks like all 3 of those medevacs did manage to unload. The other attack as well coming in right now into the 3rd base. Cure finally finding himself some damage of his own. And The Zealots in the natural base, it looks like they should be able to be cleaned up here. As we have another Widowmine, reasonable connection. Unfortunately on the Immortal, but you know, will not be able to pick it up, unfortunately. Is he gonna get this Nexus? It looks like he will. That is massive here. That's very wonderfully done. And of course his own command center, the third one. Oh my god, more probes. 28 probes. How does he do it? Cure in an absolute stalemate for so long, and immediately, as soon as there was the opportunity, Cure just jumps on it, and suddenly 28 work is down the drain. And he waited so long as well for going with this, right? Those metafacts were chilling there for a long time. He never sent any more units out there. Maybe he was waiting for a big investment from Zest, that he was warping in units on this side of the field with the Warp Prism, so that he would be certain that there wouldn't be another warp in coming in immediately. That may be the case. It's just some speculation on my side, but we'll have to wait and see. Right. Indeed it was, Underdog. It really was. It was horrendous. It was a horrendous Widowmine. Thank you for the follow, Ulsan Naiji. Can't really talk to you too much right now though, as we do have a big attack coming in here. Cure once again being set up in a pretty good position. Widowmine setting off onto single targets, the Zealots, and the Zest being able to kind of provide a safe haven for his units here, staying far enough away from the Liberators, from the Widowmines, just kind of getting lured into it now and again though. So these Liberators still 5 kills and actually 2 kills. Definitely overstepping his boundary here a little bit. Oh, jumps in here on top of the Liberators. Are you kidding me, Zest? You can't do that, can you? Can he? Ah, no, he can't. Alright, GG is cold. I guess that was still the best choice for him, right? Losing that many workers early on, probably not much of a follow-up that you can do on that point, so makes sense for him to try and commit in there and try and get things sorted. Anyway, that means we have Cure as the first winner of the series, of course. The best of 9. Just the first map. Well, doesn't mean anything. That's definitely a person who can make a comeback happen, right? Can definitely construct himself some victories in these types of situations. Did all of you guys actually see GSL? Am I free to talk about GSL, or are there people that would be bothered by the spoilers? If there's one person that would be bothered by the spoilers, I will not actually say it. And I'm gonna wait, give you guys a second to do that, as I am gonna fix this lamp here so it won't fall over anymore. I'm sorry guys, this is just some new stuff for me and I need to adjust myself for. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright. Got it a bit lower to the ground, which is actually what I kind of wanted, so I think it works out for me. Now it hopefully won't fall over anymore. So many PvZ in GSL, so many. Well, it was just today mostly, right? I'm pretty sure there will be Terrans later on, right? We're still waiting for Innovation, we're still waiting for Maru, we're still waiting for TY. I'm pretty sure you'll be okay, mate. I'm pretty sure you'll be okay as a Terran fan. I'm a Terran fan as well. I love to see some Terran, but I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be alright. Anyway, in the top left side, we have a Terran over here. It is, of course, Dragon Phoenix Gaming. The blue Terran, Cure. The online beast. Always performs a lot better in the online market than he does in the offline market, guys. Remember this. This is, I think, one of the large one of the large reasons why the finals kind of went underwhelming for him. And he still got into the freaking finals, right? GSL finals. Even though the finals themselves kind of went lopsided, it makes sense. He's a very emotional player. He very gets into the game overall. He really wants to win. And, you know what, being in the GSL finals for the first time, imagine the stress that you are under at that moment in time. right? It's something you're probably working up to for your entire StarCraft career, and then there you are, having to try and win versus TY, a legend on his own, especially in the matchup that you're facing him in. That's just rough. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have ourselves the Red Protoss fighting for Razor Edge Gaming. He is Zest. Zest. Oh, Zest. Let's see. Always playing like a man possessed. Ah. I don't know why people are so obsessed about Zest. Well, he is the best after all. It's a stark contrast to any other Protoss. Oh, man. So, what do we have for Zest? He is getting himself the Nexus here. He did get the Cybercore first, chronoing out a Adept, wants to try and get a bit of damage done there. Sometimes you will be able to get another SCV here for free, of course, with the Adept. Deny mining here for a little bit. And if you're fortunate enough, you will get there, of course, quick enough. As long as you don't get troubled by this Reaper for too long. You will get there quick enough before there's 2 extra Marines from that reactor. Ooh, even gets the Reaper here. Very nicely done. Afflick, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Welcome to the Alpha X family. Appreciate you being here with us. Enjoying some StarCraft. Yeah. Sorry, that was... StarCraft. Like I was trying to make fun of myself for enjoying StarCraft in a way. Oh, this is pretty nice. Gets the SCV trying to make the bunker here. There is the other 2 Marines coming in, but you know it does kill the one of them. We do have 2 more on the way. Might be able to get another SCV here. Ooh, okay, does shade out there. The timing didn't quite work out. He's making a Dark Shrine and he's making a proxy pylon gateway. That is a nuts. That's a nuts, man. It's a tricky maneuver, but... Ooh, wait, what? He scouted it? He didn't scout it with his Hellion, though. I'm not sure how he scouted it. Maybe at some earlier point in time. I don't think the Hellion scouted it, did he? Did he? Maybe just barely. If he did with that Hellion, that would be not the greatest place to do the proxy, I'd say. If a unit moving on this side right here already sees it. Anyway, now he's aware. Now he just needs to figure out what it is that's coming at him, right? It's going to be those Blink Stalkers. Is it going to be something cheeky? Is it going to be just the Zealots? Sometimes that happens. Not really on this league, though. Just more so on my league. Which is why it's on my mind. Alright, there's the first scan available and well. Ooh, both Zealot or both DTs do get out, though. And we have ourselves the Widow Mine coming in at the same time. How many scans do we still have? 0. There's a single missile turret. And there is a War Prism now on the way as well. There is the Widow Mines. Oh, is that gonna get a hit? Just barely, not really hitting the mark there. Zest having 3 Dark Templars right now. Just kind of chilling, waiting for the War Prism to get them into the main base. There is a Raven over here as well, though. So Cure absolutely, completely prepared for this right now. Was really on top of it. Didn't lose pretty much anything. And gets all the scouting information that he wants as well, right? Sees the 3rd base on the way. Got to fly over the main base here with the Medevac. Already knows about the Dark Templar. And, okay, I like this from Zest, going for the Archon drop instead of the DT drop. You don't see this too much versus Terran, but it does alright versus Terran as well. You probably want to focus some of the SCVs here. There we go. Alright, you know what? That's 3 SCVs dead, 4 of them. Is this going to keep going like this? Oh my god, the War Prism dies though. Okay, I'm not sure if I like this anymore then. That's 2 Archons for 8 SCVs. I suppose it's also a lot of lost mining time. Especially right now, if Kyo's not sending them back to work. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. Yeah, I guess he did get the Raven as well. That kind of helps it pay for itself. He got 2 Marauders, some Marines. You know what? It's better that way, I suppose, than just losing it for those 8 SCVs. Yeah. I think, yeah, he is still in the... Well, this is a rough one. This is a rough one to call, honestly. Zest, of course, already having that 3rd base available. Cure, not really. He wants to go on the offensive here. Does he have enough stuff to do so? I guess maybe, perhaps. I mean, I was wondering this the previous time as well, right? And he just sat there for a while. And then immediately killed... how many works was it? 30-something? It was nuts. Close enough to 30 anyway. Almost losing another War Prism here. More Dark Templar on the way. The Stalkers coming in from behind, cleaning up a lot of reinforcements and actually forcing Cure to move backwards here, buying Zest a lot of time. As Zest is still, of course, under pressure of the drop in the main base here. The Stalkers, they did get recalled. Oh my god, might lose the Robotics Bay here. Will lose the Robotics Bay here. That's nasty, my man. Colossus now on the way as well. Also the Colossus. This Medevac, a little bit lonesome. A little bit on this lonesome. And only now we are seeing that 3rd base coming down for Cure. That's at near the 8-minute mark. That is not early on at all whatsoever. And it's clearly depicted in the work account, of course. That is looking pretty sharp for Zest. And you know what, his army supply... I was a little bit worried for him there, but it looks like he has bought enough time that now his army supply is caught up with that of Cure. And I would highly doubt it if he does lose this anytime soon. Except for something against, like, drops that he didn't see coming or something like that. But, I mean, otherwise, it's looking pretty good for Zest here, I would say. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe Zest is in a pretty good position here. Though he doesn't want to lose all these Stalkers, of course. He's losing a lot of them. For a little bit of poke damage there. Didn't even kill off another SCV. And loses 3 Stalkers. I thought he had more stuff there, honestly. I thought he had the Colossus there as well. Not the case, apparently. Oh, well. Ah, well. Alright. 2nd Colossus on the way, as well as extended thermal lance. Cure, what is he up to? Ghost Academy. And just getting the +2 attack. Okay, there we also have the +2 armor. That's kind of what you need. This army does get spotted, moving to the bottom side left. Really, commercials in the middle of the game? I'm sorry, buddy. It just happens sometimes for Twitch. Twitch just sometimes... Oh, man. I wish it wouldn't have it. It's impossible to turn off, unfortunately. I wish I could tell them to pause. And next. Alright, sorry about that. We have ourselves some stocks in the middle. Not a lot happens, so... Alright, there is the one Widow Mine here, helping out a little bit against those Zealots immediately in the orange HP here. Still a very dangerous area, of course, to walk down to, especially against Colossi, 2 of them. Even without the extended thermal lance, they will do a heck of a lot of AoE damage in tiny chokes like this. Very hard to spread out the way you would want to. 2 medevacs of Marauders and Marines. Actually, I think that's more than 2 medevacs worth. Again, the same Widow Mine here, doing a nice job there. Nice quick reaction though from Zest. Minimizes the amount of the damage that is taken here. And Cure waiting on the triangular third base location, thinking like you should be getting yourself a fourth base here, right? And this might be why he's moving backwards, because he's not seeing that fourth base quite yet being produced. Might be under the impression that there's something coming in from Zest here. Although at the same time, of course, he is also grabbing his own fourth base already. Very nicely timed, actually. Pretty much going to start mining there as soon as the same one as Zest. And Cure has really done a marvelous job at getting himself in a good position here in this game. He's got the Ghost, he's got the Vikings, he's got a heavy amount of Marauders here, 17 of them to be precise. He's a little bit light on the Medifex, only 6 of them, but you know what, I kind of like that. I don't mind it. Sometimes you see some Terrans going for so many Medifex that they just don't have that much supply anymore for anything else. They just lack the firepower. Not Cure though, is not going to be having that trouble in this one. I'm not sure if that replay pack is the right one. If you type Matcherino, you will be going into the match. You will be able to buy the replay pack there, Flint. So exclamation mark Matcherino will bring you there. Quaprism here on this side getting card out. The Dark Templar, it looks like they... Oh my god, they didn't manage to get the, the Planetary Fortress. That was an enormous investment right there. The Marauder Marine Ball with the Ghost here. You know what, that's finally a good Disruptor shot, but there's no more Colossi. The Disruptors are out now, and there's just not enough here in the way, shape, or form as tanking for Zest, and Zest loses that one. Very, very unfortunate there for him. It's rough. Gerald, what's up, my dude? How you doing, buddy? TvP, yes. You know all about that one, eh? The roughness that it brings. Alright, anyway, guys, as I promised, I will run a quick ad here, so we won't have ads in the middle of the game. Be right back. I can't start an ad at this time. Did somebody else click on the ad thing? Show yourself. Show yourself. Why wouldn't I be able to press the ad thing right now? Unless if somebody else pressed it. Unless somebody pressed it during the game. That would be rude. Calm Energy, thank you for that follow as well. It's Evil Cheats 0, Don Senika as well, Arthur, RJ, and Xenos 8. Oh, thank you very much appreciate you being here, checking out these games with me. It's always more fun watching StarCraft with other people. Hope to see you guys in the chat as well. Just, you know, have some conversation with me. I'm a lonely boy. I'm a lonely man, I should say. Let me see how I could get the replay pack. Ah, there we go. I will update the replay pack thingamajig, the command. There you have it. It should lead you to the right replay pack now. I just closed the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, I got it back. Remember, guys, we do have ourselves a Matcherino as well. I'm gonna quickly show that one. There you have it. It should be good now. We have the Super Series. Just press contribute here, fill in the code, and we'll be able to add a bit more money. Why is our money a participant? That's odd. That's odd. Anyway, oh, that's the wrong person. Actually, we can fix that easy. There we go. In the top right side of the map, we have ourselves a blue Terran player fighting for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is Cure. Bottom left side, red Protoss. Looking to get some points on the board here relatively quickly. You don't want to fall too far behind here, of course. I'd say this is one of those really important games where, you know what, either you're going to be behind one game or you're going to be behind 3 games. So really hoping Zest will manage to get himself a victory here. I already said his name, so you know what, I guess I spoiled it. So anyway, let's say it a bit more epic this time. He is Zest from Razor Edge Gaming. Razor Edge Gaming. Ba 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 da ba. What if in StarCraft 2, I don't know, I'm just having this weird idea about it now and again, but what if in StarCraft 2, you know how with like motorsports, you have these cars that are completely filled up to the brim with all sorts of logos and sponsors and stuff like that? What if for like players, you would have the ability to put a sponsor on their command centers or their nexus, stuff like that, you know, just have a little logo right there in game. Have their sponsors be representing the players in game. I think that might be a good thing overall. Maybe get some more sponsors interested in sponsoring players. I don't know. Anyway, what are we seeing here? So far, again, the same opening here for Zest. Let's see if he once again will be able to catch that Reaper as well as he did the previous time. Looks like it's not gonna be as easy for him. He gets 2 shots though. That's pretty good. Come on, Shade. As long as he finds that Reaper there, he might be able to get him, but doesn't look like it will be the case. And also the healing already kicking in, of course. So not quite working out for our red Protoss there. It just seems like a rough time for Protoss overall, except if your stats for some reason. Once again, going for the single Hellion here. And man, I would love for Cure to get a couple more Hellions. Like the Widowmine drop is nice and all, but personally I just always feel the Hellion drop a bit more stronger, a bit stronger in that sense. Also a tech lab here. Very likely we will be getting ourselves some... Oh no, wait, actually I thought we were gonna get some benches, but he's just gonna go immediately into the Viking here and a siege tank. Alright. A little bit unorthodox, but hey, you know what? This might just allow him to go for a 2-base attack a lot more quicker, right? With the siege tank reinforcements, and also having the Viking there could very well help out against any type of either observers or war prisms, or if there's suddenly a Stargate unit in his field, right? Because he hasn't really gotten that much scouting done. Might just be a precautionary Viking right here. Might even be able to get a little bit of scouting with it done as well. So you know what, a tiny adjustment there, but it just seems like a very smart move overall. Love to see these types of things, honestly. Alright. Third base for Cure immediately going down now as well. As you can see, around the 5-minute mark, a lot earlier than we saw the previous game. As this push is coming in right now, a single siege tank. He didn't bring any SCVs along. I always think it's good to have like at least 3 or something like that with this push. So you can start making bunkers in tiny chokes like this and provide even more protection for the siege tanks. And of course you can repair your siege tanks as well. So if there's a little bit of poke damage coming in from Stalkers or something like that along the way for one of the siege tanks, or maybe even on the Medivacs, something like that, you will be able to get the repair going. And you'll be able to not only heal your bio units, but you'll also be able to heal your siege tanks, right? So for example, right here, if you had the repair on those siege tanks, they might take another entire volley, right? Instead of just the 2 volleys, they might take 3 volleys, and that's a big deal. Now, he might not even need this, it looks like, because he's already doing so much right now with his small cluster of Marines into the probe line. Looks like he won't be able to get any more probe kills, though. Nice blink after the Marines. They will not escape. Cure needs to get out of there. You know what? I think that was still very worth it, though, and Zest agrees. He calls the GG, taps out, and you know what? It's hard for him to really say that. Anything else could have happened there, right? After taking that damage, you gotta wonder what he could really have done, especially with that third base already in the base for Cure, right? I mean, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with Zest? Just go for a counterattack with pure Stalkers? after already taking quite a bit of hull damage and some losses there. Alright, well, I mean, I already said it before, this was a big deal for Zest here, unfortunately. Losing this one definitely hurts for the overall series. He is now in a 3-0 place, right? And that is rough. That is very rough. Now, it is, of course, a best of 9, so there's still a little bit of wiggle room left, but, I mean, he cannot afford to drop the ball much more right here. Is he eating chicken? I'm not. Maybe Zest is. Is that what you mean? Is Zest eating chicken? Did you read something? I'm always so confused. Underdog. I'm not a bright boy. Shabba. Man, I would love to see Zest kind of picking it up here a little bit. Now, I'm not sure in what way you should be doing this, right? So far, we have been seeing pretty much continuously Blinkstalker play. Maybe that's where the key lies, right? Trying to get himself into some other play. Maybe the Stargate opening. Just mix it up a little bit here and there. Zest is gonna drop the next game and then do a reverse sweep. Alright, I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it, Shin. Honestly, that would be something else. I would love to see it happen. That way we would get ultimate entertainment value out of a series like this. But so far, I mean, Zest really not looking like he is in a good place right now. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Cure though, of course, I mean, it's always something you need to expect with either of these players, that they might just be turned up to 11 that day and able to take games like crazy. And 3 games in a row, something like that, doesn't seem too bad for either of these players to do, right? Seems like a capable thing for either of them. Anyway, regardless of that, we have a little bit of aggression already immediately. Well, it's only a single SCV, so it looks like it might just be a quicker Reaper in the base of Zest here. Just to do a little bit of early pressure. And that's the guy we have in the top right side, by the way. It is, of course, the Razor Edge Gaming Zest. And yes, that is the man, that is the best, indeed. Bottom left side, we have ourselves the blue Terran player fighting for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. I'm always so scared to mispronounce that a little bit, and then suddenly we have a Twitch clip that makes me look like an idiot. Anyway, he is Cure. Cure. And we have the probe as well coming across right now. We'll spot that there is something missing here. And we have the double gas follow up here as well for Cure. So, you know what? We might even see a 1-1-1 coming out for Cure. That could be the case. We're just going to have to pay attention as to where he's going to put down that factory. If that factory is going to be put... Okay, it looks like it will be put at home. It's not a complete all-in here. Just kind of some early aggression. And then getting the two refineries here. Wow, Zest is still going for the Nexus, even though he sees what is happening in the base of Cure here. He is fully committed. He's making a Zealot though. Zealot's not that great against the Reapers here. Proxy Ghost. We don't see that much Proxy Ghost Shask, unfortunately. Sometimes I've seen it once in a game versus Innovation and Stats, and that was ridiculous. Right, so the Reaper here already coming in, being able to micro his best against the Zealot. Actually, shooting the Zealot here is probably not the best thing you can do with the Reaper. You'd probably spend your time a bit more efficiently by trying to get some probe kills here. But then again, of course, it's rather difficult to keep the Reaper alive for scouting info if you do go hunting for probes. Because that Stalker then afterwards might be able to get some nice damage done. Oh, actually made a second Reaper here. And this one is going to go for probes, it looks like. No, okay, again, not going to go for the probes. The other Reaper is still sitting there waiting at bay. Probably wanted to have that one go in a little bit sooner here, because now the Stalker is like, alright, and now you're going to come in here, aren't you? Exactly, so really well read there, this situation by Zest. And he still has this probe in the main base of Cure, by the way, as well, guys. So he's completely aware of absolutely everything, all the timings. Anything you would want to know, he knows. And not really taking any damage from these Reapers so far is also, of course, a lovely thing to have happen as the Protoss player. Reapers now coming back around into the main base here, wanting to get rid of this probe because, you know what, it's just rough having a an opponent that knows everything you're building in your main base continuously. Now, we're up to 3 Reapers here, a couple of Hellions as well. This could still do quite a bit of harassment damage, of course. Especially if we only have the 2 Stokes and a Zealot here. Blink has been started. We will have a warp in available as soon as this kind of hits. But you know what, this is still a force that is very much capable. Wait a moment, he made a pylon in the base of Cure? I really didn't expect this, but it's there. How did I miss that? Did Cure miss that? I saw that'd be funny. He's just like, oh, wait, what? Since later on. When there's DTs in his base or something like that. Anyway, in come the Reapers and the Hellions right here. They are going to fight straight heads up with the gateway units so far. Battery overcharge, though, will be placed in the position to stop too much horribleness from happening. But that does give Cure the opportunity to just back off and move into another location here. Goes into the main base, going straight for the probe line this time around. No full wall off, though. Okay, yeah, Zest had to cancel that pylon. Quick thinking there, but still losing a lot of probes here. Some of them being caught on the wrong side of the mineral fence. A quick pickup here. They warp. Yeah, the medevac will be able to get himself to the other mineral line again, and more probes will be picked off here. Nice, a horrendous amount of damage being dealt, but, well, I mean, I wanted to say we still have a fairly similar work account, but that's always at a disadvantage for the Protoss. Losing 10 workers right there, that is quite a bit, in fact. Even losing the pylon here now as well. Getting that killed off. I guess he did have still vision of the base of Cure, so this is the last thing he noticed, really. His army supply is not that terrifying either at this moment in time. Blinks forwards. Alright, well, this is interesting. Just gonna go for it. Where's the siege tank? Okay, siege tank coming in right now. He's not even sieging it. Zest probably just wants to tug down as many SCVs as possible. There was... I'm sorry, guys. Hold up. I'll quickly show you guys what was happening here. Alright, it was 2 Hellions. Okay, they came back. They came back. That's unfortunate. Alright. Alright. 4-0. Ugh. Are we gonna see a 5-0 right now here today? I mean, no, I know Cure is good, guys, but I was pretty sure Zest was amazing as well. Maybe he's just not having his day. That is always a possibility, of course. Sometimes, you know, it's not just regular people. StarCraft 2 pros also sometimes just have a bad day, right? Usually, I just have continuous bad days on ladder. I also have bad hair days, usually, continuously. But, well, I guess Zest never has bad hair days, so that must mean he must be having more StarCraft 2 bad days? I don't know. Oh, right, let me quickly run a ad here, guys, so we won't be bothered later on. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright. And, of course, I also want to talk about... the ever so lovely sponsor that we did manage to acquire. It is Manscaped. Manscaped is a place where, you know what, you can get your grooming accessories. The state-of-the-art line of grooming products, which features skin-safe technology, practically eliminates nicks or scratches, and has easily replaceable blades to ensure you're always getting that perfect shave. Manscaped has other equally as innovative grooming products for men, like their anti-shaving deodorant, body wash, and signature cologne, so that you're always feeling like you're clean and smelling great. make sure to click on Manscaped sponsor quest and use code Matcherino at your checkout there to get 20% off. So code Matcherino at manscaped.com for 20% off, guys. Hope that will help you out. All right, going into this game. Going into the game. Of course, we have more stuff on Matcherino, by the way, guys. If you wanna just buy the replay pack, if you wanna get yourself some codes in there filled up, support Zest and Cure, both of them, then that's the place to do it. And I'm pretty sure they will be grateful. I'll be grateful. It's like you know, like giving away somebody else's money and then giving it to a StarCraft 2 pro player. I mean. I mean, how is this still a thing? It seems like somebody at some bank would have looked into this at some point and been like, wait, hold up, you guys are ruining the economy. This is not how this is supposed to work. But it's still going, and you know what, it's to the benefit of StarCraft 2 players, so let's just all try to stay quiet about it to our friends that are studying economics, alright? So, alright, anyway. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. 4 games in a row so far, all going into his favor. It's looking pretty darn sweet for him. He is Cure. Top right side, we have ourselves a red Protoss fighting for Razor Edge Gaming. He really needs to step up his game right here. Requires 5 games in a row to win this best of 9 series. He is Zest. Alright, seeing a couple of follows coming in there as well. Thank you so much, guys. Ashon Donai, Gosu Azure, Klaprusk. Klaprusk. I think that's just a Klapro SC, but I think Klaprusk sounds very funny. Lotasi and 971. Thank you guys so much for all the follows. Hope you are enjoying this. Hope you're not a Zest fan, because then you're gonna be a little bit depressed at this moment in time, unless if the reverse sweep does come in right now. I think he got an appointment. Nice one, underdog. Nice one. He must do, right? He must do. Once again, it's a very similar build here coming out of Zest. The Twilight Council on the way, as well as the Nexus after the Cybercore. Did get himself the quick Adept here. I'm not quite sure. Did we not have a Reaper? We didn't have a Reaper this time coming out of Cure. So we won't be seeing that little battle, but we will have 4 Marines a lot quicker than we would have normally, which will mean that this Adept right here, it arrives quicker at the Terran base, yes, but it's a bit less likely that it will be able to get something here. It would indeed, very much so, Finches. Losing a series 0-5, that is no good for your self-esteem. Although, you know what, maybe, yeah, it's just a bad day, you know what. Sometimes you can kind of talk some sense into it that way. Be okay with it, right? I mean, to be fair, you don't get on this point where Zest is by not being okay with losing 5 games in a row. There's no way he's never lost 5 games in a row before. I mean, yes, it's a show match series right now, so it does have a little bit of extra sting as it's getting broadcasted and such, but... Alright, he's missing a bit of money this way. He's still getting, I think, like, what is it? 30% of the overall Matcherino codes, though. So, even if you are a Zest fan, you know what? It might be an even bigger reason to fill out those Matcherino codes. Buy the replay pack, something like that. As he will still benefit from it. Man, it's just continuing on and on, isn't it? Losing more probes here. It never ends. It never ends for Zest. It is a true tragedy right now. Like, Grobio and Zestilet. Just, truly saddening. Banshee's also coming in right now. Well, Cloak is on the way. We do have the robotics facility, but I'm not quite sure if we're going to see a Observer coming out first and foremost. Kind of hoping for it here for Zest, of course. Come on, no War Prism. Just get that Observer. You know you want that Observer? Okay. Let's start the Observer. Now the Banshee comes in right here. We need the Chrono on the Observer as well, so that is very good. And should be able to kind of negate the big amount of damage here. Not running away with his probes though. And this Banshee, jeez Louise, definitely paying for itself. How many kills is that? That's 8 kills, isn't it? It's 7. Never mind. Counting never was my strong suit. That's why I lost all my games in elementary school. Which might also, you know what, me calling elementary school games is maybe also another reason why I wasn't the best student. So I thought they were all games. Although to be fair, I hear that's more of a thing that's coming in right now anyway. I think Zest is a little bit troubled here, yeah. This is rough. This is just rough to see, guys. Now he's still on 48 workers, but I guess he is on 3 bases as well. Maybe he's going to be able to bring it back a little bit here. But I'm just absolutely horrified for what is coming out of Cure next. It looks like it will be a big attack with the siege tanks. Even a Raven accompanying this attack. He might wait for 2 more medevacts here, which is what I would do. Or maybe just kind of go at a moment in time where those 2 medevacts will be able to group up with the rest of it. 2 more probes falling. Jeez Louise. How many probes is that? 16 probes? 16? Are you kidding me? Zest, what are you doing? What are you doing, Zest? Oh, man. You know what? You know what? He might not be feeling it anymore. he might just be like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna win against Kira at this moment anymore. This is not working. That's saddening to see. Right, in comes the attack. There is a nice little bit of counter pressure here still from Zest. Still making some moves. Gonna delay that 3rd base by quite a bit. Look at that. That SCV only now getting pulled. Storm also will be done in time against this push. And this push mostly consists out of those Marines right here. So that's gonna be a big thing for Zest. Now he still needs to not be out of position like this, of course. Needs to be in the top side of his base. This means the siege tanks are gonna get into a great position here. Zest completely outflanked right now. Did not see the army coming on the left side, which means the siege tanks, the Marines, the Marauders, everything in a wonderful position right now. Get the Nexus before the fight even starts. And Zest is gonna have to storm the siege tanks. The siege tanks even shooting down 3 High Templar there. So, you know what, that is another thing not going well for Zest here. As he is just trying to reclaim some of his self-respect, it feels like. Just trying to regain some victory here. That is rough. That is, man, oh man. What are you even gonna do? Zest, I mean, he's gonna get dropped as well here in the main base. 2 medevacs coming in right now. We have a recall. We do have a recall available. That's very nice, but I mean, every probe he loses now is going to be absolutely horrendous. Massive Widowmine there as well on those Zealots. Losing more High Templar there. Well, just a single one, but still, it's a lot of gas going down the dumpster. He's still kind of okay with the overall resources lost, but I mean, there's just more mining right now coming in for Cure. Look at the amount. Man, Protoss avert your eyes. I think we're gonna see one of the Protoss heroes go down in flames right here at any moment in time. And it happens extremely quickly. Extremely quickly. And extremely painfully. Alright, GG. It's called Zest taps out. Well then. That was anticlimactic, wasn't it? That was a bit, ouch. That wasn't oofers. Alright, well then, that means we're gonna have to call it here for today, unfortunately. Guys, thank you so much for all the follows. I very much appreciate it. Every bit of support that you guys give us is, it comes a long way for us, you know. Remember, we do have the Metrorino pages as well still. I haven't even done the code yet myself. Let me do that real quick. Bring you guys up to date. You know what? As how we do this. Alright, so this is the page right here. All you gotta do is sign in, go to Twitch. It's fine, just use your Twitch. You're on Twitch right now, you should have a Twitch account, right? Contribute. And voila, there's the code, 177. I've already used it. Alright, so I've already used it. That's a shame. Anyway, that's what you do right here, and then you'll be able to get this sorted. Wait, is that even the right one? It must be, right? Let me try. Metrorino. Yeah, it must be. Alright, anyway. No. I already used it. They're not used up. I already did it myself. Look, it says, you have already used the coupon APS 177. Anyway, also there's a replay pack right here available, guys. If you want to see, you know what, some great builds apparently versus Protoss, then that is the way to do it. Get yourself the replay pack, $3, and you'll have it. There's a survey as well. It looks like that will add another $1 right here. So all sorts of stuff you can do to help us out, guys. It would be very much appreciated. And as you know what, if you guys would be doing that ever so kindly, then in the meantime, I'm gonna look for somebody or something that we can host and give you guys your viewership to. Let me see what is going on here. What is going on right here? Bel Air, that is Rain Phoenix. It's not a lot, is there? There really isn't. ESL's life. Sure. Let me double check the Discord there. We need a new code? Really? That's the code I have. That's the code I've gotten. Let me see actually if I got on some other code. I don't think I did. There's a lot of stuff. Oh well, we got time. Oh well. Oh well. Coupon has been used up. Oh, alright. Well, that's good to hear. That is good to hear. Alright, so I'll just look into the ITaX Discord channel to see if there's still people streaming right now that I have not followed myself. No. Where is that channel? There's so many channels. Streams and VODs. That must be the one. ITaX. You know what? Screw it. Let's do Renegade. He's another caster. He is playing right now some ladder. Let's give it to him, alright? Shall we? Alright, thank you guys so much for helping us out today and for your viewership. Hope to see you next time again, and have a good one, boys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. This channel was intended for mature audiences. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys are mature, right? I hope so. I hope so. Alright, talk to you later, boys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.